Good morning, everybody. It is the Savage Stacker. So I have a bit of opinion on a subject here, and that is buying too many or not being able to flip or not flipping the new hottest and latest and greatest coin that's coming out. The most recent one that was pretty hot was the Superman coin, and it did very well, very quick. You can tell they're going to do well because APMEX will sell 500 units, and then they'll bump the price up, $2 or $4, and then they'll do 500 units, and then they'll bump the price up another $4 or $5, and then they'll hold on to those last few hundred units and bump it way up. And that is how APMEX gets down. That's how you can tell it's going to be hot. Also a lot of hype on Instagram, but unless you're a flipper and you know how to flip, or you're set up to flip, I don't think you need to go all out on certain coins and rounds just because it's hot. So let's dive right on into this. So me, over the last few years, what I will do is when something's hot and comes out, I will buy 5, 10, 20 of them, and with the thought, with the thought of flipping them, and I never get around to flipping them, and that buzz around these coins wears off, and if you don't get rid of them quick, usually the hype, it just kind of backs off, and then you're sitting on a bunch of coins that are worth $100 a pop, but the hype is gone and people aren't buying like they were, and they're sitting on eBay for 3 months not selling because you got 20 other people on eBay that have 100 of them that are also not selling. They might sell 1 or 2. So you're out there with a collage of people trying to sell your products, and that is what happens when you buy too many to sell them all, or if you just don't get around or don't have the time to get them on eBay or to resell or sell them to the community or auctions or whatever it is you do. So I have to be careful doing that because I end up sitting on and stacking high premium coins and rounds. And like these triangle coins here, I bought a lot of these. I bought them because they were unique. I liked them. There was good buzz around them. And then they started coming out with a whole bunch of them back to back to back. They weren't really making people wait for the next coin to come out. It was coming out like twice a year, and it just, it kind of ruins the hype around a coin when they start coming out with them too fast. So I'm sitting on a whole bunch of those, and maybe one day I'll get rid of them. And but I don't have anything on eBay. I just don't have the time to do that right now, and I barely ever have time to do it. But my intentions were to buy these, especially these Black Flag series, right? Blackbeards, Black Bart, Ching-Chi, Red Flag Fleet, right? I bought a lot of these with the intention of flipping, and I bought them early, so I didn't pay a whole bunch for them, but it still was quite a bit. It was still $32 an ounce, well, except for the Queen's and Revenge. Back then they were like $25 an ounce, and but the spot price was like $19 back then, and the premiums weren't crazy. So the wind out there is blowing so crazy. Oh yeah, it's like gonna shake the windows out of the building. So I bought with early on those, and if you buy early, you can make some good money on them. They're still worth $100, but they're just not selling like they were because the hype's gone. You can put all of these, 3 of these on there as a set, sell them for like $250 for all 3, and do pretty well. But you got to weed through all the people that also have them on there selling. Next thing is if you get stuck holding onto a whole bunch of high premium coins that you didn't offload at the right time, and something happens to you, your family's not going to know what to do with this stuff. They're just going to think of it as silver, and unless they look up each one. And I have bought a lot of those hype coins, and you know, sometimes you just don't have time to sit around and look up and see how much they're worth. But you know, what is my family going to do with them? They're going to lose money. They're going to lose, you know, sell to a LCS and get spot for them for $100 coin. You know, that sucks. And but it can happen. It does happen, and it will happen if you stack too much of this crap. And not calling silver crap, just saying, you know, crap, all this stuff in general, this horde of stuff. I could make a cheat sheet so my family knows what I paid for and what they go for. That take a little bit of time, but that's a good idea, a good option. And another good way to get rid of some of the stuff too is peer-to-peer or auctions online or Instagram. And one day I will probably do that with some of this stuff here. I mean, I have gobs of it right here, right there. I have a whole box just full. I mean, full of this shit. Just handfuls and handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of that stuff. And my alarm just messed up my whole video. So basically what I'm getting at is that, you know, this kind of stuff is not made for stacking. This kind of stuff is stuff that you either buy one or two of for your collection, maybe one for each kid, or if you're already linked into, you know, flipping, then, you know, the flippers know, they know what's up. They buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 tubes of this stuff, but they have that stuff on eBay that day because they know if they put it on there tomorrow, the hype could be over that quick. Just boom, just done. And they get it. They don't even get it in their possessions yet. They just already have it on eBay and early release or pre-sale, and then it's already sold and they ship out, you know, a week later. So they know how quick you got to get it on there and get it out to make that money. So as far as being able to flip, you got to be on top of it. You got to really make that your business, you know. That's going to be your thing. And just isn't my thing when I'm working as much as I am. Maybe if I get laid off and I have a few months to mess around with it, and hopefully some good hype coins will come out. But you also got to do a lot of research when it comes to those hype coins. You got to be on top of it. You got to watch all the stuff. You got to be in the Instagram. You got to be on the forums. You got to be, you know, ready to be ready. You got to be ready to be ready to snag them when they show up, you know. And then you got to have the funds available to do so. So if you're not ready to go when it comes to flipping, you know, you could get lost, you know, left in the dark. But long story long here, probably not a good idea to stack this stuff. You're going to be stacking high premium stuff for no reason and losing that money later. And if that's you, if that's your grind, if that's what you want to do, if you like to just, you know, collect stuff, then by all means, do what I've done here and buy it to flip, but never flip. So what I would suggest is if you're buying this stuff and you're getting caught with it, or you're not flipping it, but your intention was to flip it, because I know a lot of people get caught up like that, is just stick with, you know, government minted bullion and generic stuff. And I know that can be boring sometimes, but there is definitely a whole bunch of different styles of generic bullion out there that's really fun to collect, that's not so expensive. And you know, your government minted bullion like Eagles, they're expensive right now. They just are. I would suggest to stay away from those. You know, but there are a lot of people out there buying Eagles. Eagles are selling. They're hot right now, and some people you just cannot tell enough that should just hold off on them. But you know, it is what it is. People are going to buy what they're going to buy and buy what they like, and that's just it. So yeah, it's just going to happen. You're going to buy what you like. You're going to buy what you think is going to do the best down the road. There's some more high premium stuff. Government minted high premium coins, pandas. I own 2 pandas. I like what they are. Love the styles of them, but I just don't get down with the Chinese coins there. I just don't do it. And yeah, there we go there. Thank you all for coming by. Stick with the generic stuff or your cheaper government minted bullion if you're just trying to purely stack. Get some bars, some bigger bars that are cheaper by the ounce. They get away from premiums. And if you're a collector, this might be right up your alley to get a whole bunch of this stuff, you know. But just know that if something was to ever happen to you, God forbid, that your family probably won't know how to sell this or what to do with it. And you can be stuck with a whole bunch of high premium silver and losing a lot of money on it. And or you can, you know, teach yourself how to flip and get on the grind and start putting this stuff on eBay and just be ready to do a whole bunch of time at the post office, because those lines are sometimes long. And man, with eBay the way it is, I mean, I went to send out packages yesterday. I walked in, there was 2 people in line. I was like, nice. I wrote everything down on the packages, and by the time I was done writing all the addresses down and got in line, there was like 9 people, and they all had just boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. And I was like, oh no. So after working a bunch of hours, then you go sit in line at the post office for an hour. And that is, unless you do get signed up for pickups, that is going to be your life if you're a flipper, spending a whole bunch of time at the post office. All right, thank you all for coming by. It is the Savage Stacker. Please hit that bell icon to get updated on my latest videos. And remember to like, share, subscribe. And this is made for collecting and flipping, not so much stacking. But they sure are beautiful. Look at this stuff. I have a bunch of those. I only got one of these though, look at that. The Knights of the Past, Malta. Pretty cool, look at allegories. Germanium Mint, their fields on the Germanium Mint stuff is so much better than just about everybody. I really like the Shipwreck series. Very fun stuff. Batavia. Always like the Venom. Venom is cool. Look at this one. Scottsdale Man puts it down. All right. Thank you all for coming by. Hit that subscribe button. Over and out.